Right now in Oklahoma, the Ham Institute for American Energy is hosting its Powering AI Global Leadership Summit. Our Alex Steele is on the ground in Oklahoma City, meeting up with the big names in the energy space, including the U.S. Energy Secretary, Wright. Here's what he told Alex about coal, AI, and how tariffs could impact the sector.
Coal has politically fallen out of favor, and again, to me, it's part of too much politics and energy. Coal has been the largest source of global electricity for 100 years, and it will be for decades more. That's just reality. In the United States, coal has been outcompeted by natural gas, and it went from over 50% of electricity. Today, it's in the teens. But that's market forces and competition. Coal is still critical to the American electricity grid. If you shut down all the coal plants today, electricity prices would skyrocket, our grid would destabilize. With modern technology, with scrubbers and pollution control devices, coal is a great source of electricity, and you store it on location. Security and energy requires diversity.
So do you think that coal in the teens right now, that could grow in terms of the energy mix in the U.S., or is it not going to go away?
It's probably not going to grow market share because the economics aren't there to build new coal plants. But the critical thing is to stop closing our existing coal plants. You said the hyperscalers, they weren't sure they wanted to power their things with coal. Everything they do today is powered by coal.
What about, like,
coal's a sixth of our electricity grid. Every time you turn on your lights, you run your server, they run their businesses. They're powered by coal today.
But the new stuff will come from different things, like maybe nuclear or gas or wind and solar rather than coal.
The demand for the whole grid is, I think that's what the marketplace is telling us today. The fastest growing source of electricity in the United States by far has been natural gas. Natural gas was not a meaningful part of the electricity sector before. It's well over 40% of U.S. electricity today and growing. Natural gas probably hits 50% of U.S. electricity in the next bunch of years. But that's not politics. That's just math. That's just economics.
We're here at the Harold Ham Institute to really get a sense of energy independence plus AI and how the power we have here can really power the evolution of AI. Do tariffs and uncertainty that we see on the macro sense mess that up?
I think what you're seeing, the uncertainty around tariffs, that's a short-term issue. President Trump's got two agendas. One is we've been very welcoming to imports. He wants to get all the other countries to be very welcoming to exports from the United States and imports to their country. So he's pushing to try to get trade more in balance. It's just gotten so far out of balance. And he wants to reindustrialize our country, bring these energy-intensive industries that left the United States and went overseas. He wants to bring those back. And with AI, of course, we don't want to lose it in the first place. We want to keep it here. AI is just like steel or petrochemicals. It's just a very energy-intensive manufacturing industry, and most of that we shipped abroad over the last 25 years. President Trump is keen to bring back those industries. Tariffs will help with that, and fairer trade policies will help with that, and he wants to make sure AI stays here.
So you feel confident when talking to CEOs that they will continue their AI dominant search here versus elsewhere, despite the uncertainty?
The uncertainty is because we're in the middle of a negotiation. The uncertainty isn't going to last forever. That's a few more weeks.
Can I hold you to that, and then we get calm?
I think so. It won't be that long. It won't be that long.